Hello children, today I am going to teach you lesson 2, Globe the Earth's model. Children, why the globe is called the Earth's model? It is because globe exactly represents the Earth as the Earth is. Globe exactly represents the Earth as we have in real sense. Okay, it is a small model of the earth. Now, what are the uses of this globe? The globe is used for knowing the cause of days and nights, how the nights and days are caused. Number two, it is also used to know how the season is caused. Causes of causes of season. Actually, in ancient time, it was very difficult to know the logic behind the cause of days and nights and cause of the cycle of the season. But with the globe, now it is easy to understand the logic of the cause of the days and nights and the cause of the season. It shows the features physical features of the earth exactly as it is present on the earth, like mountain, river, ocean, lakes, all are shown on this globe as it is present on the earth. Next, it is used to determine the distance. It is used to determine the distance between two places or two continents. So what is globe? Globe is a small man-made model of the earth. What are the uses of the globe? It is used to know the logic of days and nights, how they are caused, season, physical features, and to determine the distance between the two countries or two places or two continents, whatever it may be. So we will discuss in detail regarding all these places, all these points. Now let us move to some other topics that are given in the book. Location. Location. It is one of the important concern of geography to know the location of a particular place. Suppose if I talk of a place, let it be Chainpur. Chainpur can be located in two ways. In two ways. The location of the Chainpur can be shown in two ways. Number one is relative location. Relative. Now, what is relative location? Relative location means we use some particular or important fixed known places to determine another less famous or less known places. For example, we can describe Chainpur as it is 10 kilometer west of Bhabua. So this Bhabua is a city that I have used here to find out the location of Chainpur. Okay, so this is called relative location. Suppose if I talk of Gurgaon, where is Gurgaon? It is near to Delhi. Where is Mohania? It is 10 kilometers north of Bhabua. In this way, we find out the relative location of a place. Number 2 is absolute location. Absolute location. Absolute location is used by the geographers, the navigators, representing the exact location of the place. Now this location requires grid square. Grid square. I will discuss regarding this. We will cover up this topic in great detail. So absolute location and relative location. I hope relative location is clear, but absolute location I am going to discuss in great detail. But before going to absolute location, we will discuss regarding latitude and longitude. So first we will discuss regarding the latitude and longitude. Then we will go for the absolute location. So first I discuss latitude. Now what is latitude? Let us once again draw the globe. Globe, as I have discussed, is the Earth's model representing physical features, and in that lines are also given. Such lines running from west to east. One such line is there which is located exactly in the middle of the earth, that is globe. So this line is called 0 degree east latitude. 0 degree latitude. Now why 0 degree? Why it is 0 degree? Because it is the starting point. These lines are the imaginary lines. Exactly, these are not present on the earth. So don't get confused in searching the lines on the earth. These are imaginary lines. These are for the convenience. So the middle line that divides the earth into two parts, the upper part is called northern hemisphere. Northern hemisphere. And the bottom part is called southern hemisphere. Now, at an interval of 1 degree, there is another line. It is marked as 1 degree north. Again, after 1 degree, it is 2 degree north. In this way, towards the north, the last line is here, that is 90 degree north, and it is called North Pole. North Pole. Similarly, when we go towards the southern part, that is bottom of the equator, in the same way the lines are marked. 1 degree west, 2 degree west. In this way, here it is 90 degree south. So 1 degree north, 2 degree north, 3 degree north. In this way, we will move towards the poles that is 90 degree north. And if we go 1 degree south, 2 degree south, 3 degree south, then we will move to the point that is 90 degree south. So these are called 2 points. This is south pole. All these lines together, they are called parallels of latitude. Parallels of latitude. So how many latitudes are there? 90 in the northern hemisphere, 90 in the southern hemisphere, and 1 is the equator. That is 181 parallels of latitudes we have. I hope parallels of latitude is clear. Now, in this part, I will teach you the heat zones also. Heat zones. Depending on the heat received by the earth is divided into 3 important heat zones. So let us discuss those zones. Number 1 is torrid zone. Torrid zone. Now what is torrid zone? The region between 23.5 degree north to 23.5 degree south, okay, is called torrid zone. Now what is this 23.5 degree north? 23.5 degree north, this way, the same latitude, suppose we move, it will be 20, 23, 24, in this way, is called Tropic of Cancer, and 23.5 degree south is called Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, these are the important latitudes. 23.5 degree north is called Tropic of Cancer. 23.5 degree south is called Tropic of Capricorn. Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn. So area lying between them is called torrid zone. Torrid zone. Next, I will teach you temperate zone. So let us see the concept of temperate zone. Temperate zone in the northern hemisphere. Northern hemisphere. From 23.5 degree north to 66.5 degree north, okay, is called temperate zone. Children, this 66.5 degree north is called Arctic Circle. Arctic Circle. So we can conclude that the region between Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle is called temperate zone. Similarly, in the southern hemisphere, 23.5 degree south to 66.5 degree south is called temperate zone. This 66.5 degree south is called Antarctic Circle. Antarctic Circle. So it is again concluded that the area between Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle is called temperate zone. So we have two temperate zones. One is in the northern hemisphere, another is in the southern hemisphere. The third zone, the third heat zone is called the frigid zone. Now, where is the frigid zone? Frigid zone again lies in both the hemisphere. In the northern hemisphere, 66.5 degree north to 90 degree north. That is frigid zone. Frigid zone. You know 66.5 degree north, that is Arctic Circle, and 90 degree north is North Pole. So the area between Arctic Circle and North Pole is called frigid zone. Similarly, in the southern hemisphere, again 66.5 degree south to 90 degrees south is called frigid zone. So Antarctic Circle, the area between Antarctic Circle and South Pole is called frigid zone. So here also we have two frigid zones. Frigid zones. One is in the northern hemisphere, another is in the southern hemisphere. I hope the heat zones are clear. Now we will move towards the longitude. Let us discuss about longitude. For your convenience, I am drawing another globe. As I have shown you in the previous globe, that is, this is North Pole and this is South Pole. Children, in longitude, the lines run from north to south. This is 0 degree. Then this 0 degree has divided the earth into two parts again. Here it was northern and southern hemisphere. Now here it is eastern and western hemisphere. If we draw another such line, same concept, 1 degree east, 2 degree east, 3 degree east. In this way, if we go, total it will be 180 lines, and the last line will be 180 degree east. If we start from here and we move to the back part of this line, we will get 180 degree east meridian. Longitude is also called meridian. Similarly, if we move towards west, 1 degree west, 2 degree west, 3 degree west, 4 degree west. In this way, if we continue, we will move again behind the globe, and that line will be 180 degree west. Children, it is very important to note that 180 degree west and 180 degree east both are one line. There are no two different lines. These are both one line. If we move from east, we will call it 180 degree east, and if we move from west side, we will call the same line as 180 degree west. So total meridian is 360 meridians. That is eastern side 180 and western side 180. Now let us move to another point of meridian. Here you can see the distance is very less, but here the distance is increasing. That means starting from 0 kilometer, and when these meridians reach the equator, in the previous diagram I have given you the equator here. This is the equator. So here the distance between two meridian is 111.32 kilometer. That means from north to the equator the distance goes on increasing, and again from south to equator the distance goes on increasing. That means all the meridians converge at north and south pole. Now let us discuss about this line, 0 degree meridian. Very important line. 0 degree meridian, it passes from an observatory near Greenwich, London, and this is called prime meridian. Prime meridian. I hope it is clear, prime meridian. I'll come back to 180 degree east and west, but here we have discussed about 0 degree meridian, prime meridian. The time management depends on this. All the world clock is dependent on this meridian for adjusting their time. Now, I have started my topic from absolute location. So, where the meridians, these are the meridians and these are the latitudes. They both intersect each other to form grid. Okay, they both intersect each other to form grid. And all these lines are numbered, as I have told you that all these lines are numbered. So let us assume that this is 0 degree equator and this is 0 degree meridian, that is Greenwich. So this is 1 degree east, 2 degree east, 3 degree east. In this way, this is 0 degree north, 1 degree north, 2 degree north, 3 degree north. So, suppose place A is located here. So, what is the grid location of place A? First, we will give the northings, okay, and then eastings. So, these are the lines, see, northings and eastings. So, A is located at 0, 2, 0, 2. This first two are for the northings. देखिए यहां से शुरू किए हम लोग 1, 2, first and second. So after the second latitude, it is given 0, 2, and again from here if we move 1, 2. So this is absolute location of the place. So now your relative location and absolute location is over. Next, moving on to the new topic, I will discuss about 180 degree meridian. Children, as I have told you that this is 0 degree meridian, which is at Greenwich. Greenwich. Now these are numbered in 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, 4 degree, 5 degree. So total it is 360 degree. And if we move 1 degree east, see this is 1 degree east, 2 degree east, 3 degree east. In this way, if we move to 1 degree east, there is a difference of 4 minutes. अगर हम ग्रीनविच मेरिडियन से 1 डिग्री ईस्ट की तरफ जाते हैं तो 4 मिनट का फर्क पड़ता है। ठीक है, ये 4 मिनट का फर्क। फिर और 1 डिग्री हम गए, इफ वी मूव अनदर 1 डिग्री अगेन 4 मिनट। So now imagine if we cover 180 degree, so that is into 4, 720 minutes. 720 minutes is divided by 60. hours. Okay, now this 12 hours, if we cross the line 180 degree east, it is 12 hours. And from west, if we cross this line, again it is 12 hours. So total difference is of 24 hours. That is 1 day. एक दिन का फर्क हो जाता है। That means if we cross 180 degree east meridian from the east side, अगर हम ईस्ट से उसे क्रॉस करते हैं तो एक दिन का फर्क हो जाता है, यानी डेट जो है वो बदल जाता है। So 180 degree meridian is called ideal. IDL. Ideal is इंटरनेशनल डेट लाइन। तो इसके अनुसार तो इंटरनेशनल डेट लाइन को स्ट्रेट लाइन होना चाहिए, लेकिन इंटरनेशनल डेट लाइन स्ट्रेट नहीं है, जिगजैग है। क्यों? क्योंकि मान लीजिए इंडिया यहाँ है, सपोज करिए, अगर इंटरनेशनल डेट लाइन ऐसे सीधा हो जाता है तो इंडिया में इस साइड अलग डेट होगा और इस साइड अलग डेट होगा। इसके लिए क्या किया गया है कि आइडियल को यहां से ऐसे घुमा दिया जाता है जनरली। ठीक है, तो आइडियल इज नॉट अ स्ट्रेट लाइन। नेक्स्ट, लोकल टाइम एंड स्टैंडर्ड टाइम। व्हाट इज लोकल टाइम? एक मेरिडियन के ऊपर जितने भी लोग रहते हैं, इस मेरिडियन के ऊपर जो टाइम हो रहा है दैट इज कॉल्ड लोकल टाइम। ओके, इन द बुक इट इज क्लियरली गिवन regarding the local time. All places along a particular longitude, that is meridian, have the same time, and this time is called the local time. So local time is over. Now let us come to standard time. Standard time. Suppose India is a vast country. गुजरात से लेके अरुणाचल प्रदेश तक, लगभग 30 डिग्री लॉन्गिट्यूड का डिफरेंस है। 30 डिग्री लॉन्गिट्यूड, दैट मीन्स 30 डिग्री इंटू 4, 120 मिनट्स, दैट मीन्स 2 आवर्स। तो एक आदमी इंडिया का अगर गुजरात में है और दूसरा अरुणाचल प्रदेश में है, दोनों फोन में बात करते हैं. So the person who is in Gujarat, he will say that in my watch it is 10 a.m. But Arunachal Pradesh will say it is 12 noon. So in the same country, two persons are saying two different time. It is not possible. So what we do, we just pass another imaginary line exactly in between. In between these two lines, exactly midway. Exactly midway. And this is called IST, Indian Standard Time. And it is noted as 82.5 degree east. It passes from Mirzapur. Now the person in Gujarat will match his watch time from this longitude, and one with in Arunachal Pradesh will also match. So here both the times are matched. So this is standard time. People living in different countries, if they match their watches, then it is called standard time. I hope this chapter is clear. Children, we will discuss regarding the next chapter in our next video. Thank you.